have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Yo, to the person that just helped me, gotta have a lot of love. Oh man, it was just frustrating because I know you were trying to help me, so I know you were frustrated. And all I was trying to do, I wasn't paranoid. I believe that you were trying to help me. It just, I was trying to make it so you could help me. That's all. I wasn't paranoid thinking that you wouldn't help me. I believed that you were trying to help me. When you told me you couldn't hear me, I started to get suspicious. I ain't gonna lie. When you were like, oh, I can't hear you, I'm like, yo, the person told me they could help me. I'm trying to make it so they can help me. But you know, sometimes you gotta work for stuff. You know, sometimes you gotta work for stuff. Even if something you think is gonna, even if you feel something's supposed to be easy, you gotta work for it. And me and this person, we worked together, and I was able to chill out and get the help, and the person was able to help me. But the person was getting upset because they were trying to help me, and I could tell. I'm like, yo, the person's trying to help me. They were trying to send me. Shout out to the person that just sent me $500. You know, shout out to the $500 donation. God bless you, and thank you very much. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate that. And hey, I was took the words right out of my mouth, and I will. Thank you for that. So let's go, baby. Yo, the support is in. Yo, the love is in the air. The support is in the air for Drutube. All right, the support it's in the air because. All right now. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Yeah, thank you for your support, everybody. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Hey, shout out to Faith Over Fear. Art, thank you for the humble donation, Art, that you just gave to my channel. I greatly appreciate that. And if anybody else would like to support, yo, now is the time, Art. Show me a little love, y'all, and support this channel. So that way we could grow and become better together. Because, oh yeah, nah, you got it. Nah, I appreciate you, man. The fact that you want to be a mod, that's cool. So the fact that yeah, you're right. Yeah, yo, thank you, man. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go be great and stop stressing. Thank you. That helps me out a lot, and it feels good to be able. It feels good to be able to get that kind of support because it lets me know that what I'm doing, I'm headed in the right direction. What I'm doing something right. Sometimes the devil will use people to attack you to make it seem like you're not on the right path or you're not doing what you're supposed to do when you're in the right place at the right time all the time. And everything happens for a reason, and you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. You can't give up though. You can't give up. Hell yeah. Nah, you right, yeah. Only takes one person to make this shit pop off. Hell yeah. Shit, and we got more than one person. So I'm gonna wait for some more people to come on in here, and we're gonna chop the sample up, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how I get like special ed, how he get freaky with the flow. I'm gonna show you how I get freaky with the pro deucing. Yo, special ed was freaky with the flow. I'm gonna get freaky with the pro. Yo, if anybody would like to show some support to the channel, now's the time. Now, how can I get this to stop playing when I press? Oh, I have to put it on here specifically. Okay. Hold on, no. Why is that doing that? Is it cause this? What? You know what? Some things you just can't explain, and sometimes you just don't have time to have things exactly how you want it to be when you're trying to get your ideas out there. So if you're anybody like me, don't feel that things. If you're like me out there, don't feel that things have to be perfect. Don't feel that things have to be perfect just for you to try to get something done. If you're doing something and the devil's trying to attack you through the weird ways of technology of, wait a minute, this was just working like that a second ago, it's not working like that now. Don't waste your time. Get your idea out there. Things don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be all the ducks in a row at right there at the second, at the point in time. Just get the idea out there and figure all the technicologia, figure all that stuff out later. What's important is the idea that God gave you, and using your mind to create it and get it out. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Just all you have to do is just make it so you can get it out in the easiest way as possible. So don't get frustrated because things aren't. Wait a minute, the triangle is not going in the square hole right now. I have this triangle and it's not fitting in the. Don't try to do all that. Don't try to get everything right and perfect. Just get the idea out there. Because you'll waste time trying to get things how you think it's supposed to be, and then the idea that left your head already. And now you gotta try to remember it and get it back. And by that point, it won't be any fun. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, you can't change. Yeah, you can't change. Like, they want you to conform. It's like that. It's like that YouTube short where it's a whole bunch of empty cups, and they're all standing in line, and each cup is filling into the next one. Like each cup is putting their belief system into the next person. And then the one person like wakes up and they see what's going on, and they're like, "Wait a minute, I don't want you to fill my head with this mumbo jumbo." So it's like the person got out of line, and they started filling their mind with something else, I think, and then they started healing the people, and then the people started to heal or whatever. So yeah, don't you definitely can't conform to what society wants you to do. You have to do, in a safe legal way, what you need to do. All right. And if all else fails, hey, what did Malcolm X say? By any means necessary. And you didn't see him locked up for long or at all. All right. So be like Malcolm X with your by any means necessary approach. Yo, some opportunities came my way this week, and like you really have to be studying, positive things. You have to be taking in positive content. You really have to have your mind right, because when you're in a situation where things are a little shaky, or if you're on a path to making things better, there are going to be some opportunities. The devil is going to try to, hey, you should do this. There's going to be some opportunities that come your way to where it's like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. And always, you're not always going to have to turn down the opportunity, but not necessarily the way that the devil wants you to go about it. All right, you don't want to go about something in a way that's going to get you, hemmed up or in trouble or anything bad. There's something may present itself to you, and you may be looking at it in a negative way, but it doesn't mean you should throw the baby out with the bathwater. Instead of throwing the opportunity out altogether, if there's an opportunity or a chance for you to do something good or something right, just do that. So that way it's not a wasted effort, or it's not a wasted resource, because there are going to be opportunities that present themselves. You're going to be sitting there, things aren't going to be working out, and there may be an opportunity for for you to rob a bank, or there may be an opportunity for something, somebody left something open, or something's there and someone's like, hey, you need this, take it, or you need that, don't do the stuff like that. If you see something and somebody has whatever, give it back to them. Or if you see somebody something open, let them know it's open. Or if you see something where it's an opportunity for something wrong for you to gain off of something wrong, don't take that chance to gain off of something wrong. Be patient, and wait your time, and something good will happen. Because there was an opportunity, and I didn't have no business doing that anyway, so I definitely turned that down. I was just like, nah, that's not even who I am. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's like I didn't do that because I knew that was a test. So it's like there are going to be tests, there are going to be things that come your way where it's like, yo, there's this corrupt thing you could do to get ahead, but don't do it. All right, don't do it. No matter how enticing, no matter how good it seems like it's gonna put you in. I was listening to a video, and I see what you're saying, Mod. Just trying to get my point across. I'm just trying to get this last point made. Then I'm gonna get to what you put, because what you said is very important. Um, Basically, I was watching this Jim Ron video, and somebody was using him for their business, and they asked him if he would like co-sign a bad check, basically, or something like that. Basically, they wanted him to scam, and he was like, he told the person no. He was like, I'm not going to scam. He sat in his car for an hour and thought about it, because he needed bills he had to pay. He had mouths he had to feed. He had things he had to take care of. So this opportunity that was negative, that would have been lucrative. It was negative, but it was lucrative. It would have brought him some financial gain. But he was like, you know what? This isn't me. I have integrity. He's like, I have, I believe in myself. I hold myself to a certain standard and code of ethics. So he went basically to his manager and was like, yo, I can't scam people. And his manager was like, Jim, that's exactly why we want you to be a part of our business. So sometimes when things present themselves to be one way, maybe God is testing you, and he's trying to see if you're ready for more, right? So don't take the bad opportunity, because all that's short term. That's not long term. You want something long term. You want to be able to show God that you're in it to win it, and that way he could trust you with what he actually wants to give you, or what he actually has for you. And that's way better and way greater than any short-term, long-term lick, flip, anything that anything you ain't supposed to be doing. All right. get it how you live, and do what you got to do, but be wise and be smart, and don't do anything that's going to screw you over, and don't do anything that God wouldn't want you to do. All right, and be careful out here because you know certain chances that you might take. Everything is on camera, everything's being recorded. Don't do anything foolish. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You have to be creative. You have to use your mind, or you'll be doing time, which will force you to use your mind anyway. Some of the most creative people locked up right now, and they're trying to do something with their idea, and some of them might be in that situation for a reason, for them to come up with that idea. There was this judge who got locked up. I mean, there was this guy who got locked up, and he was like wrongly in prison, and he used that time to learn how to become a lawyer or a judge. And then I believe it was a lawyer, and then he sued the judge that wrongly imprisoned him, and now he was serving time. So somebody that was locked up in jail took their time to learn to study and become a lawyer and learn law, and then they sued the system that wrongly, did them injustice, and then he got the judge locked up. If that ain't some gangster stuff, I tell you, that's the only type of gangster we need right now. We need gangsters, that we need people that's going to learn something, and make something happen and change the social structure. All right, that's what we need, and we need real gangsters too, because when stuff go down, people gonna have to get beat up. All right, so yeah, we're gonna have some. We need everybody serves a purpose. It takes like minds to be able to come together and see that, to be able to build something worthwhile. All right. So there are a lot of good things that I see right now. I see a lot of unity. I see a lot of people coming together. I see a lot of people standing on business and standing on things, and I like that. All right, I really like that. That's what we're supposed to be doing. LeBrush said, carry yourself with integrity. Don't let this program change you. Be yourself. Don't care what they say. That's real, man. You can't care what people say, because people will sway you from what you're supposed to be doing. You can't care what people say. Oh, that sucks. You're garbage. You stink. You shouldn't be doing that. Somebody told me last week I need to be. We're not gonna repeat what they said, but people said it doesn't even matter what they said, because people say things all the time. So it doesn't matter what people say. You cannot let it stop you. You have to do what Faith Over Fear just said. You can't care what people say. You can't be so attached to people and what they say that it can change you or alter you or stop you from wanting to become great. Don't fold, make it happen. I lost all my jobs, all friends, family, then I got blessed. Stay the course. You'll be okay. Once again, if it's anybody else in the chat, donate to bless our brother. You see, as soon as I was trying to send money, your voice went out. They be on some childish shit, but you gotta ignore it. Okay. Yeah, you're right. They do be on some childish shit. And I did notice that. I noticed that as soon as we were trying to get that communication going, it went out. But you see where we at now with it. You see where we at now with it. I can't. It hasn't even registered. I'm gonna have to go for a walk. I'm gonna have to sit and pray about how you helped me today, because it still hasn't even registered. Like these are things that I see myself doing for people, but I I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say. I'm so grateful and so thankful that you would do that, that you would help me like that. And on not even that, the fact that you understand, because like you said, you lost family. Like I just had it out with I just had it out with some family earlier this week because they don't believe me. I know they love me. I know they don't hate me, but it's like they don't believe it. And, it comes to a point where it could things could get bad when, when you're trying to explain what we go through to others and they don't understand it, because when somebody's going through something that's actually happening to them, and they they're told that it's not, that's a real weird situation to be in. So to avoid that, it's best to not have those discussions with people that aren't going through it, because some people just aren't going to, some people are just going to be only one way, and they're only going to think a certain way, and they're not going to be able to open their mind up to anything else, to any other way of how things go. And thank you. He says all good. I seen you. Yeah, that was rough. But so thank you for caring enough to want to help, man. Um, I myself personally, if there was anybody that I could help in a situation like that, I definitely would myself. I plan on doing, but right now that's why I'm helping any way that I can, because I like to help people. So right now, where I am at and with what I'm able to do, which is use myself to my best ability for myself and others, that's how I provide help. So you should make it so that way you can help others any way that you can. So right now, the way that I can help people is by spreading certain awareness, spreading certain information, letting people know that they're not alone, helping people cope with certain situations and certain things, best as I can. So it's all good, man. We all help each other. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Still off a bit. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I think that's it. Realistically, all this shit. Man, look, you remember that video from Orlando Brown like 2 years ago? I thought that was just Orlando Brown being Orlando Brown, but he re-snapped me back out the Matrix. Sometimes, you're out the Matrix, but because you're, if you're still like in the Matrix, you're like, I think it's called, I'm not sure if it's called limbo, but like you're in, and like I'm not sure if that's what it's called or not, but it's like you're like had like your mind has already exited, but you're physically still in it, so you can't help but mentally being in it from time to time. But I saw this video from Orlando Brown, and he was like, "You got us paying for apples and all this stuff," and I was like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Bro, you gotta pay for this stuff. It's from the store." But then I'm like, "Yo." I kept seeing it, and I'm like, how you gotta. My mind just wouldn't let it go. I just kept playing it back in my head, playing it back in my head. I'm like, yo, he got a point. I'm like, stuff that can be naturally grown in your yard, stuff that's supposed to be free. They got people paying for it, so you got a point. All this stuff is supposed to be free. But I try not to get that deep into it, because if I did, I really would be out living in the woods. But I mean, I wouldn't. I would build my own living structure, and I'm not one of those. I'm just gonna sleep on the ground. I would build like an actual. I would use my mind. Just like anybody else would. You'd be surprised what you don't know that you know how to do naturally, just by placing yourself in a certain environment. Like if I was placed out in the wilderness, like on one of those survival shows, I'd be straight just off common sense alone. I know I'd take an axe, take some rope or something, take something to make sure I'd be able to cook. If they give me a flashlight or like some type of whatever, what's it called, solar power flashlight. Like, come on, man. Like I built something. I wouldn't just be out there. I'd be hunting. I'd be hunting fish. I'd be hunting. I'd still be eating kosher too. I'd be hunting all the things I'm supposed to hunt. I still wouldn't be breaking no dietary laws. It's not like slavery when they had to eat raccoon and squirrel and shit. I think I got it to where I want it now. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Time to freak this John. Okay. Let's see. Oh shit. See, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. Yo, shout out to everybody supporting my channel. We have 8 people in the building. All right. But yeah, they got us in bondage. Yo, it's man. It like it I used to hear certain things because of the things that I would research and look up, and because of I'm glad that I got to have an unbiased opinion because both my parents are educators. So I used to hear, "Oh, Drew, don't listen to those people out in the street yelling, telling you that the system is this," and "Oh, Drew, that black stuff," and "Oh, Drew, those people don't have jobs." Drew, were you listening to that? Like, viable, like valuable information and viable information is valuable information and viable information. Information is information, right? So I'm glad that I got to look at it from both sides because now I understand like how both ways that you could go about it if you want to make a change systematically or if you want to make a change like without having to involve yourself using the system. But as far as that goes, shoot, I find man, what was I trying to say? Shoot. Yeah, as far as like the whole bondage thing, like the way it's set up, they have it set up to like systematically keep certain people in a position, but like that's why I'm not trying to take it anywhere it doesn't need to go, but we're taking it exactly where it needs to go. All right. And that right there is definitely, man, yo. All right. I already see where this is about to go. Um, I'm gonna touch on that in a second, but basically, they purposely try to keep certain people down systematically, but instead of just saying like, "Oh man, the system's trying to keep us down," like now it's good that I see people taking action, like this boycott thing. Like people's businesses are shutting down. That's big. It's different if you lose a couple customers, but to have your whole business shut down just because a group of people is not going to use their money, they're not going to talk to. They're not going to talk. Not going. People are going to watch the way that they speak to people from now on because you may be disenfranchised as a people, right? And the reason why people talk to groups of people crazy that are disenfranchised is because they don't see you unified. They don't see any structure. They don't see you having any loyalty to each other, right? They take their money that they get from disenfranchised people, and they take that money back to their community. They put their kids in private school. They put their kids in college. They buy Dior while you're using their while you sleeping on the floor. They going out and buying Dior while you're using your money to go buy stale shit. They're like, you go into these stores, check the dates on them motherfuckers. You may have to make some sacrifices. Go to a CVS. Go to a Walgreens. Catch the bus to the dollar store, wherever you gotta go. Don't go to these little convenience stores selling stale products because they know you may not have no place else to go. They know this is the one close by, nearby. Don't support people that will take your money but take you for granted. How you gonna take my money and tell me to get the hell out the store at the same time? I was shopping at a 7-Eleven the other day, and the lady was like, I have to watch everybody. Before we got to that point, she was like, do you need it? I rung my stuff up after being watched around the whole store. And when they watch me, somebody else might have been stealing, because shoot, I led them on a wild goose chase. I'm picking up stuff I'm not even going to buy and just looking at it. And the lady was like, "Do you want to use any rewards?" I'm like, "How about a reward for keeping my composure for you watching me around the store?" I'm like, "That's what I need to be rewarded for, keeping cool while you just profiled me around this whole damn store. That's what I need a reward. If anything, I should be rewarded for keeping my cool, for being watched while I'm shopping by customers and employees." You got people who will steal from the store watching you like you doing something bad. You better not steal from the same store I'm stealing from. Like, come on, buddy. I'm looking at you and shoot, and they steal more than we do. Want to talk about how we steal? Oh, I got something for we gonna go in today. Y'all in for a treat today. All five of y'all. Y'all in for a treat today. But as far as Carmelo Anthony, I knew the truth was going to come out. That brother was defending himself, and some good white people, a good white sister, came out and told the truth and said that he was defending himself. She saw it happen. That good old white woman, that good white elder. She told the truth like she was supposed to, and color really shouldn't have anything to do with it. But we like the whole gaslighting is that they created the whole race thing and put you in a position to have to defend yourself using your race, and then they want to tell you it's not all about race. You put me in a position to have to defend myself in this category, and having to use this category to have to classify myself to make a distinction between the two of us, so that way we can tell who's the victim and who's being victimized, and who's being the abuser here. But as you can see, black folk, man, people are tired of mistreatment. Ain't gonna be no more mistreatment after a while. Ain't gonna be no more mistreatment. People gonna get their act together, and they're not gonna be mistreating us no more, because we're gonna take ourselves out of the position to not be mistreated. Things are happening. God is moving His people to that we're gonna be in higher positions of power. We're not gonna be mistreated anymore. We're not gonna be mistreated anymore. Not only are we going to get physical, but we're going to get corporate too. We're going to get business like too. We're going to have our own things. No longer are you going to have to worry and stress about people doing things to your food because they don't look like you and they secretly hate you and they making your damn food. I don't want nobody that don't like me to make my damn food. You know they don't like you. All right, some of them. But I mean, everybody else has their own. They done tried to stop us having our own as much as they could. They dropped a bomb on Black Wall Street. We had banks, we had lawyers, we had doctors, businesses, restaurants, hotels. If you didn't have a deposit or if you were short, you could still stay. They probably put you to work and let you work it off. You probably if you didn't even have any money to stay there, guess what? Now you're an employee. Because the people who look like you own the business and they actually care about you and they don't want to see you out on the damn street. That's what we was doing for each other when we had our own thing. And that's why they don't want us to have our own thing. Because they don't want to see us to be able to do for each other like everybody else can. But guess what? That time is coming where we're going to be able to do for each other. Because we're going to put our own money and our own dollars back in our own pockets by supporting our own, just like everybody else does. And it's going to be interesting. You want to know what the damn rapture is? You want to know when a damn rapture is going to happen? The rapture is going to happen when disenfranchised people put all their love and all their money back in their own community. That's when the rapture is going to happen, because other groups and other people aren't going to be on a level to where they're going to be able to sustain themselves or exist because of how they've been using us and disenfranchising us. And once we put all that energy and that effort and all that time and money back into ourselves, that's when the rapture is going to happen. The rapture is going to happen when the body of Christ you want to know when Christ is going to come back? It's a body of Christ, right? The rapture is going to come back when the body of Christ gets put back together, and it's slowly but surely happening. Because God's calling his people back together. And when the body of Christ is put back together, when all God's people get back together, that's when everything's going to fall apart. Simp ass government. The marriage system is out of whack. The justice system is out of whack. Simp ass government. God created us to be abundant. And they sitting here laughing at people because they know that, it's infinite resources. Got people thinking that there's not enough. There's always enough. But as far as the Carmelo Anthony case, he's going to get off. They're already protecting him. That's why I posted that video from Cult Figure TV. I know he don't know me and I don't know him. Man, and that's how you know a civilization is on its way out. They're trying to turn men into women. And they're telling women that they could be men. They're telling women they could be men. That's why you got ladies out here thinking that they men and they could be men and they out here moving like men. If I get a new pair of cleats and I wear those cleats every Friday night for football, eventually those cleats are going to get worn out. My foot is going to be all right. My foot is going to be ready to be put in a new shoe. If you wear your shoes down to the point to where, they look worn out. Take care of your shoes. And take care of yourself. But yeah, they definitely got dudes out here trying to be women. America, yeah, this country is setting itself up to burn. That's all I got to say on that. This country is setting itself up to burn. Other countries are laughing at America because while they're working out and they're getting war ready, right? Training, shooting, you know, getting military minded, getting physically fit. They're trying to turn men into women. And they're trying to figure out how to make a man get pregnant. That's one of the top priorities over here in this country. How can a man get pregnant? What in the hell? Yo, why do you think I'm mentioning that? But see, this all this stuff is spiritual, right? This whole Chud the Builder. While you have Carmelo Anthony case, right? This is how you know this stuff is spiritual. You have the Carmelo Anthony case, and then you have the Chud the Builder case. So you have somebody that's defending themselves who's the target, and then you have people who can freely go out and just shoot a black person. This Chud the Builder guy was just talking about it all on his videos about how he wants to kill black people. And then you have somebody that was bold enough. I'm not sure what happened. I think they got their brains blowed out, but I know they got shot back. This crazy guy, and yes, he was white, but you know this crazy dude went and shot up this family at a damn kickback. These black people was trying to enjoy their barbecue and their family get together, and this crazy white dude ran up and shot up the family, shot up a family in Mississippi. Oh man, this is not good, bro. This is not good. Um, God's going, and this boycott is only the beginning. It's gonna come like a thief in the night, y'all. God is calling us together. We're gonna come like a thief in the night. Go back and watch that Young Thug video, Thief in the Night. Watch that Young Thug video, cause God, like if your spiritual eyes are open, you can see what God is doing no matter who He's using. Go back and watch that Young Thug video, like a thief in the night. Watch that video by Jay-Z, We're Gonna Run This Town, and watch the video by Eminem and Lil Wayne called Drop the World. Those are three prophetic videos that I've been made aware of. So watch that Young Thug video, Thief in the Night, and watch Drop the World by Lil Wayne and Eminem, and watch We Gonna Run This Town. Because man, and got charged with some petty shit, and it's going to show you. See, this is how you know this is corrupt, because the devil is trying to show us that like nobody cares about us, right, and that our lives don't matter. But the thing is, God don't feel that way. God doesn't feel that way. So sooner or later, right, as as these things continue on happening, and as we continue to get closer and closer to the end of times, people could feel it. It's closer than we think. We are living in it, y'all. We're living in it. We're going to see something. Everybody could feel it. And the reason why they have AI is because when people record things happening, end of time worthy, they don't want you to be able to know if it's real or not. They want you to just go on with your normal everyday life and act like everything is still happening, and ignore the signs that are telling you to get right and get closer to God and the Most High, and start praying, and continue to get your soul clean and do the right thing even when nobody's watching. Even though it's difficult, it doesn't matter if you slipped up. It doesn't matter if you did it yesterday, this morning, last night, right before this video. It doesn't matter what wrongs you did. You make it right. Do right by yourself, right? Get your mind right. Get your spirit right. Stop doing things that you know you don't have no business doing, and that you're not supposed to be doing. Things that are holding you back. Things that are making your walk more difficult. Things that are separating you from your spirit, man. Things that are holding you back, making you feel light. Making you feel heavy instead of light. Making you feel good in the moment, and then you feeling terrible about it afterwards. What's the point of living life like that? Yeah, exactly. You when you're aware of things, like you have to be able to accept who you are, even if nobody will tell you that you're that. If you are very intelligent, you know you're a genius. You don't need anybody else to confirm that, but you. You don't need anybody else to confirm that. You know you're highly intelligent and highly educated and smart. And no, there's nothing wrong with you. You could just see absolutely. I see. I know. I know. Like this. Why you have to have a really close relationship with God. He's not gonna steer you wrong. If you ask God, hey God, lead me in the right direction, He's going to do that. Whatever you ask Him to do, He's going to do it for you. However you ask Him to help you, He's going to help you. And He even made it so you can get blessed through your own mind. He gave us a mind. We're not robots. We're not dolls. We're not inanimate objects. We can think. We can process thoughts and ideas and energy. All you need is the awareness. All you need is the awareness. All you need is the awareness. If you're aware of something and your ability to do it, no matter who says what can't happen, there's certain things that people would deem physically impossible, but to a person who is aware of how, it could be done or a way that how to do it, that's not the case. And of course, God gave me eyes to see, man. Just like that's why I'm and that's why I don't listen to people when people say you can't help somebody until you can help yourself. Those people haven't figured out how to help anyone, and they don't think that they could help anyone unless they're on a major level. If you can't help anybody where you're at, how are you going to help somebody or even want to when you're at a higher level? Hmm. Okay. I saw some people earlier that were dressed like me. Like as soon as I stepped outside, like I'm trying to figure out and make sense of these things because like, why are like what's the point of that? Like, what are they trying to do by that? Are they trying to make you like? I know they could possibly trying to make you react, but are they trying to make you think you're crazy or is something wrong with you? Like I see the things that they're like, I see what they're doing all the time. Like, and the thing is, I don't know how you all feel about it. Do you all think that the people that they send out to like do targeting on you, do you feel that they're like, it's a spiritual thing where you think they're, something is controlling them? Do you think, it's MK Ultra, they got like a device implanted in them, or do you think it's like, hey, because like I've had people walk up to me and say weird things, and then afterwards I thought about it, and I'm like, yo, these people were sent by other people. I'm like, yo, this person, like, I've had two people within the last year come up to me and say the same thing, and I'm not sure if it's because I am putting myself out there on a public platform, and this is just something that people are saying to try and compensate for meeting someone on a public platform, like trying to make up for their situation or their position or trying to make up for how they feel about themselves maybe in that moment. Maybe it's something that they feel or they go through when they meet people that will cause someone to say something. But I've had people like that I randomly met, complete strangers. Two of them have said the same thing to me, and they both said that they were well connected. And like it wasn't like they weren't wearing no suit and glasses and hopped up in a spaceship and woo, sped off, or in a black truck that was all tinted out, or they didn't look like government or anything. But sometimes they won't. Sometimes they will have people, like they do it in police stings all the time. They send people to do certain things, and it's like, I mean, who knows? I could just be overthinking things, I mean, and overthinking is good because you're still thinking. So I would rather overthink and not make a friend with someone that was trying to be cool with me versus somebody coming in and trying to poison me or hurt me, and I take the bait. I'd rather be paranoid and save myself from a bad situation just because I'm unsure and I don't know you. And I'm just protecting myself. It'd be regular looking people, but they will say little stuff that you, yeah, exactly. They tell on themselves. They tell on themselves. You think it's all good, and you think you're having a normal, regular conversation, and you're like, yo, this motherfucker's chipped. Like, yo, this motherfucker's chipped. And if you want to see if your phone is tapped, dial star number 21 number, and if a number pop up on the different sections, then all your calls and messages are being tracked. It be regular looking people. They will say little shit that you gotta catch, and you'll see a lot after y'all first encounter. Like this like weird stuff, man. Like I was in the store, and you could tell people are staring at you, and I'm like, when your back is turned in the store and you're looking at something for a long time, just know that as like somebody that has weird experiences with people, it's more than likely somebody standing behind you just staring at you. Because every time I go to the store, I'm not sure if this just happens to everybody, but I don't think it happens to everybody because I don't do this to people in the store. When I see people in the store, yeah, there's people that I see, because especially if a chick is fine and she got them tights on where you can see up her whole entire spirit, you're gonna look. And I'm like, wow, she's walking around half naked. You're gonna see you're gonna see people that you like. But do I follow them around and look at them and all this weird stuff? Hell no. Especially not women. That's creepy. But I don't do that to anybody. Who's gonna follow somebody around and just stare at them? I mean, if for all that, I'll walk up to you and say hi, how you doing? But even that's played out. We're not even doing that no more. Definitely not doing that anymore. Just pay attention. They call flying monkeys, and they have a handler, and those are the people putting on your trail. Yeah, the handlers are telling the people to come out after you, because I see people, and it's like you ever just could feel that somebody is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or they just have no business being there. It's like they're at the store, they're shopping, but it's like, you're not at the store shopping. You ain't coming here to buy anything. And it's so weird. And it's like, they want to walk right in after you. They want to walk right behind you. They want to be all up on you. I wait, and they don't end up knowing what to do. Cause like, I know you about to get out your car as soon as I walk past, and I know as soon as I go to the door, you gonna walk right up. You gonna get out your car, walk right up behind me, and try to make me, I guess, feel uncomfortable, or make me turn around and get right with you. Because like, that's the only thing I could imagine. Like, this person either looking for trouble or they looking for a fight. And if I don't feel like doing neither, you better hope I don't feel like fighting you. Don't say nothing to them. All right, bet. Yeah, it's best to not say nothing to them. I turned around and I just looked at the dude like this, because like, I was trying to get some damn ice cream. I like cookie dough ice cream. I want to get me some. It's about $8 now. Sheesh. I want to get me some cookie dough ice cream, and because I want to boost my spirits up. So I went and got me some what's it called? Yeah, went and got me some cookie dough ice cream, and I like the knockoff brand because it tastes better. Um, anyway, just so people won't be out there buying my favorite stuff. Um, Yo, the dude, I'm sitting there trying to pick what I want, and I could just tell the dude. So I turn around, and I'm just like, okay, I already know what he's doing. So I just turn around, he's just acting like he's getting some coffee, but it doesn't take 20 minutes to get some damn coffee. Just like it doesn't take 20 minutes to get some ice cream. But if you're me, it does, because you want to look for the right one. You want to make sure it's not frostbitten, so you don't have to go back and frostbite the hell out of some employee for selling you some stale ice cream. Howard, you know. Um, so I'm trying to figure out, and I'm trying to make sure that it's the one I want and not disguised as one because it got that in it with a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't find tasty. So I'm like, you know what? This is not the one I wanted. So I'm looking for the one, and I feel this dude stare. So I turn around. I'm just looking at him back, like, you know, like they just want to just be looking at you, like, bro, what are you like, bro? I'm like, what are you? The hell's wrong with you? So I just looked back at him, and he walked away. Give y'all stay in the gym, pray a lot. Yo, shit, stay in the gym. Yeah, you're right. Man, if certain things I know better than to say and talk about because of certain positions that I'm in right now, and I know who's watching by how they talk to me. So it's like my social media, it has been infiltrated by certain people in certain positions that if I said something, it may result in a negative situation for myself. So I have to be mindful of certain things I say and what I talk about, because certain places that require me to be have infiltrated my my what I feel is a safe space, even though I know this is public and I'm allowed to say whatever I want. Still, there's certain I have to guard certain things, because like I said, there are certain infiltrations that take place, and people will try to mess things up for you if if you rub them the wrong way, even though they should be doing something with their own time that doesn't involve you, but or myself. But this is what monitors and watchers and stalkers like to do. And sometimes the people that are closest to you are watching you the most. And sometimes if sometimes people are close to you or watching you, sometimes they're just watching you because they want to see that you're all right. They want to make sure that you're okay. Like family and things like that. Don't let these people make you think your family is weird. There are some instances where, yes, family is weird, but sometimes, family's watching you because you may not talk to them because you might be in your isolation. You might be on your solo dolo, or they might have isolated you and you're going through your isolated stage and you might not be contacting nobody. And sometimes, people just want to keep an eye on you, make sure you're still alive and you're breathing and you're healthy and you're doing all right. So that's okay. So shout out to the good family members, that because sometimes people, just because people are watching you doesn't mean it's bad. Sometimes there are some good people that are watching you in the cut that just ain't saying nothing. Bro, they everywhere. You can't outrun this shit we going through. Gotta rise above it, face it head on. That's the only way. Yeah, I moved from state to state to state to state, and not that I thought that I would, because I knew I would never avoid it. I just thought that a new area would be like a new beginning, and I could just but it worked my way up. But it's good to move around, because what it did for me is, even though I'm having the same issues in different areas, it's still helping me learn that, okay, it's helping me see what I can do right about it. So I'm not just you know even though it is they and it is them, even though it's they, because they damn sure are out there. Even though it is they, we still have to carry ourselves, like you said. We have to rise above it. We have to take the high road. We do have to face it head on. That is the only way. Now, when I see, like, I used to, like, now I'm introducing myself to people. I'm introducing myself to people. If you think you're gonna walk up on me and encroach my space, if shoot, if it calls for it, instead of, if I do get moved to say something, I stop myself now and I'll just introduce myself, or I'll just, talk to you for a second and then just get the hell away from you, instead of just like getting angry or getting immediately defensive, because this is what they want, you know. This is what they want. They want you to get immediately defensive and things like that. So you have to not fall for their trap in any kind of way. You gotta be. He said, when you in the program, ain't no such thing as starting over. You gotta be damn near perfect. Explain what you mean. That's exactly why it's a blessing. It wakes you up. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right, right. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it wakes you up. He said, ain't no starting over. You gotta be damn near perfect now. Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, shoot, it does. It definitely wakes me up. I'm seeing everything that I need to do. I'm seeing how things gotta go. I'm seeing how I like you. It makes you have to think 20 steps ahead, because when you get a job and things like that, you can't live like everybody else does. You have to be planning, and you have to be planning to not have that job anymore and be looking for your next job. So like that's the approach that, I'm seeing that I have to take, because it's like, when people don't want you there and they're gonna get you out no matter what, and you're only human. So it's like, if they're gonna try and get you out of there, like you said, you have to be damn near perfect, and you have to work hard to not, get yourself out of there. But as far as my experience, what I could say is, what for me personally, that can't that is coming with trial and error, and I'm not ashamed of that. Some jobs you get, sometimes you get a job, or sometimes you get something good, and sometimes you lose it. But it's just like fishing. If you're an inexperienced fisher, you could catch the biggest fish in the world, and you can get the biggest fish in the world on your hook. But if you don't know how to catch it, if you don't know how to reel it in, if you're not strong enough to hold the pole still and reel the fish back, and if there's nobody to help you, then, no matter how big of a fish is hooked, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to what's the word I'm looking for, take advantage of that great catch. So sometimes we get great catches in life, and sometimes, you may lose that great catch. Don't take it on, don't take it personal, right? Take it with a grain of salt, and just keep, you get knocked down just like the boxers do, they get back up. Professional boxers, they lose. Like, imagine losing a fight as a professional boxer in front of millions of people. You gotta get up, you gotta retrain, you gotta take your lick, your hits, your punches, and you gotta get back up, and you gotta keep fighting, you gotta keep going. That's how you have to look at life. That's how you have to look at this program. You get knocked down, you got to get back up. So if and it will wake you up, and it'll teach it makes you better. It just keeps making you better and better and better. So whatever they think they're doing, if you can get a hold on you, and if you can manage your resources and manage yourself and how you feel as a result of dealing with these people, and exactly praying a lot, not getting out of your routine for them, not getting into a state of depression to where you don't follow the rules that you set for your life for it to go well anymore. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not just gonna do. I'm not just gonna do. I'm gonna do whatever now. Fuck it. I'm not just. I tried. I tried to save. I tried to keep working out. I tried to keep doing this. They're stressing me out. Now I feel I can't do it anymore. Now I feel it's not gonna work no more. uh, you have to stay disciplined. Don't let these people, they're intimidated by your discipline, for one. So you're stronger than them, you're greater than them, you're better than them, you're more powerful than them, you have the ability to do more than them. They're going to attack you. They're going to want you to think you're crazy. They're going to want to think that there's something wrong with you because you're better than them, and you make them feel small. People who feel they're better than you, people who feel that they're smarter than you, They underestimate you, and then when you prove them wrong and you outshine them, they get pissed off. They don't have a mindset like you to where you give everybody a clean slate. Even if you, because we all have egos and we all have minds, even if there is a person in a position to where you might look at them as beneath you, you might even laugh at them and be like, what's this person know? You wouldn't shit on them. You would keep how you felt to yourself, and you would allow them to prove you wrong. Oh, 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 okay, homeboy show. Oh, shoot. Damn, I feel stupid now. That's the type of person you are. That's the type of person you are. They don't have that. So they really get offended when somebody outdoes them, or somebody shows them that they're not who they thought they were. Like when you show them that you're better, and which is basically just you being yourself, not even trying. Not even trying. When this is how you, this is why they're really mad. This is why they're afraid to have you around. If you really were to try, if they really were to show you what they were supposed to show you, so that way you could do what you need to do, you take their job, you take their position, you take their spot. People automatically like you more anyway. This is why the people who get liked the most, people try to stress you out so that way you'll appear like you're an ugly, mean, nasty person. We're like, the people that they target are really good people, but they want to stress us out so that way when people want to come into our life and help us and bless us and do good things for us, we'll have mean, nasty attitudes, and then we won't get the help that we're like. All the people, like, I would say 7 out of 10 of the people that we've been mean and nasty to in the past might have actually been trying to help us, and we couldn't see it due to the program. There's been people that were sent to come into our life and help us, and we might have cussed them out, ignored them, shunned them, told them to get away from us because of, we didn't know what was happening. You have to take a calm, relaxed approach to life. Don't let these people make you think that you're behind. Don't make these people make you think that, oh, I'm a certain age, I'm supposed to have this. No, everything is perfect. Don't even let other people come into your life. You don't have this, you're this age. Even a 12-year-old has this. Even a 20-year-old has this. Don't take that personal. They may not have meant any harm. But the thing is, everybody's on a different timeline. Especially if you believe in the universe and you believe everything happens for a reason. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and if other people can't accept that, then you're going to have to walk your own path, because everybody can't go. Everybody's not supposed to be on your journey to success in the first place. The goal in mind for these diddy booty suckers is to isolate you, drive you crazy, and get you to be what they label you as. It's wild, bro. And you want to know why? It's because you have a purpose and you're great, and they can see you on your purpose, and they hate to see you on your purpose. They hate to see that you're great. They hate to see good things happen to you, and they hate to see good things happen for you. They have to try to get you, like me personally, is spiritual, right? And we're talking about a lot of stuff, and like these things are spiritual. I personally believe that, well, because I know this is true, they're so negative that they allow themselves to be inhabited by devils. Like their negativity opens up portals in them, just like when we tap into the divine, and we tap into the most high, we tap into our higher self, we tap into higher states of consciousness, which allow us to tap into our spiritual gifts, and to be able to even sit for an hour, to be able to have conversations like this anyway. Most people get distracted, most people turn it off, most people go do something else. Most people don't even have the patience or the intelligence to be able to comprehend what's being said here. Some people may overlook it because it sounds simple and doesn't sound super educated, or super philosophical, and they may skip over it. Oh, that sounds stupid. You sound stupid. Oh well. It's meant for who it's meant for. Copy that 10-4. But that's crazy. They want to isolate you and they want to drive you crazy. It's man, they do some pretty wild stuff. Um, when I booked that hotel after I got kicked out of that one room, I went and I booked a hotel at another place, and I was there for a little while. I was there for those 2 days. Um, I didn't stay in that area. I walked up to we're not gonna talk about all that, but basically I had stayed at this one place for a few days, and then I got this credit back for the hotel, and it was like if you're booking online and you're booking a hotel, do not use Agoda. All right, do not use Agoda. If you do have to because they give you a low price, do you? But I'm telling you, don't use Agoda. All right. And if you're using these third party companies, just know that it's going to be very difficult for you to get your refund back. Agoda, it's a third party hotel booking agency, and if you book a hotel through them, you get a discount, right? You get a discount rate instead of paying the full price. But what they'll do is they'll have they had something out for me, and they didn't tell me that there was a deposit that needed to be for the hotel before I booked it. So make sure when you're booking a hotel, if you're a TI and you're in a situation to where you lost your place and you have to stay in a hotel, make sure you get all the ins and outs. Ask how many bags you're allowed to have. Ask how many people you're allowed to have. Ask if there's a deposit. All right, ask every question you could possibly ask, so that way, once you pay, you know you're going to be able to have your place. Ask all the questions that you possibly can. Is there a deposit? How much is the deposit? Some places will even let you get away with not paying the deposit. Before they try and play you exactly, because these racist Japanese people at this hotel that I got the room at. They usually places if you don't have a deposit, most places will let you in there without the deposit. I've even been to high end hotels that will let you slide without paying the deposit. But usually, if the people are racist and they have something against the person booking the room, you telling me all those people staying at everybody at the hotel, you telling me paid the deposit when they upon arrival. You telling me everybody had the money for the deposit? Put a one in the chat if y'all feel that everybody has the money for a deposit when they check it in their hotel. Nobody checking in the hotels in a situation. I was the only one. Right. So anyway, I paid for my room, but the thing is, right, because I paid for the room when I went to the first hotel. Since when does a hotel need a deposit? Exactly. But they need deposits, I guess, because people tear up their stuff. They usually they give the money back to you. But the thing is, even if you don't have the deposit, they just tell you. They say if you mess anything up, we're gonna they'll tell you like don't mess anything up because if you do, we'll call the police on you and you'll have to pay for it. But they anyway these racist Japanese people at the hotel didn't give me the room because of the deposit. So basically, a nice person helped me out, but we're going to get to that situation later. God will work miracles for you when you're doing right and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you don't give up and you don't lose faith. God will make a way for you when there's no way. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to see about that. Yeah. All right, yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I'm glad I got my room too. But basically, like, I couldn't stay at this hotel because I had too many bags. So basically, when I got there, the guy was like, basically, they were hating on me from the jump, because I could look at their face and I could tell that they have something against me, right? Because you could see facial expressions, like you could read people by facial expressions, body language, energy. These are things that you could read people by, and this is why people call us crazy, and this is why we don't have many friends, and this is why we isolate, because we could see the little things. We could see when somebody is not moving right. We could see the fakeness behind the smile. We could see the manager that don't really fuck with us but trying to act like it because they have to be nice to everybody at the job. We could see they don't like us right in our face. We could see it. But because we have to get paid, we don't want to cause any trouble or any problems. I know you don't like me. But the thing is, it's like they put so much emphasis on it because they have a personal problem with you. Why does anybody even have to like you at your job? Why do you even have to care? If you don't like me, that's okay. You don't have to like me. But the thing is, they have an issue with you, so they make a problem out of it. All right, but anyway, I could tell that this person had an issue with me because all of us slow, right? They had an issue with me, and they told me, "Oh, you can't stay here because you got too many bags." What the problem was, I was a little too swagged out because I had got my room, so I was happy that I wasn't gonna have to be outside, and I guess that I had my room taken care of. He didn't like the fact that I didn't have to pay him. I ordered it through a third party, which means I got a discount, which means he didn't get to charge me out the ass like all the other residents for the room. So basically, he's like, "Oh, too many bags." He wanted to mess up my booking. He knew if he did that, that would mess things up for me. So basically, oh, the bag bullshit. You had too many bags. I had to leave my stuff in a room downstairs. I didn't leave my valuable stuff down there. I just left my clothes and things I didn't care because these people want to go through your stuff. They steal more than black people. People who are saying that black people are thieves, they're talking about themselves, because who steals more than them? They steal more than anybody. They steal more than us, selling stale products in our neighborhoods. That's stealing. And like you going, they steal. All right, overpricing products, mad because you stealing it. They steal. They're the thieves. They're the stealers. That's why they're accusing you of stealing, and that's why they're watching you when you go in their store so heavily, because they're guilty. So anyway, basically the dude was like, "Yo, you can't stay here because you got too many bags." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Well, just give me one night and I'll leave tomorrow." So he does that. I get one bag. I get one night or whatever, and I gotta leave the next day. And they know that that's gonna screw you over. Like I picked a hotel that was like $50 a night or whatever. So if I get this refund back and I gotta go to another hotel, that means I'm only gonna have about one night. So I picked a hotel that was convenient for me. So basically, he was like, you could either get it back in cash, which wouldn't help because I'd have to pay the full amount. But if I get it back in the refund, it's gonna take 3 to 5 business days for it to pop back on my card. So basically, dude was just screwing me, because the little hotels, when it's certain places that people go to that should let you know that because they're there, they ain't got no place else to go. If somebody is coming here, they ain't got no place else to go. All right, let's just keep it a bean. If somebody is coming to a place like that, they ain't got no place else to go. So the fact that somebody ain't got no place else to go because it's like they're like, this is the end of the line. It's like, this is the end of the line when somebody's coming here. You know that this is their last resort, and you gonna play with them anyway. People are power tripping. You playing with somebody, and this is all they got left. So basically, that was when I got kicked out the room, and I had to go to another hotel. So I go to the other hotel, and then I had to use the last amount of money that I had for that, and then I waited for the refund to come back, and then when I got the refund back, it was only able to be used in Agoda Cash. So basically, I booked the hotel through a third party company to get a discount, and when the hotel gave me a discount, when the hotel gave me a refund, I could only use the refund in the credit that the hotel gave me. So it's basically like some McDonald's bucks or something. So it's basically like some Agoda cash. Like the money could only be used at hotels that accept their coupon. You can't use a Walmart coupon for Walmart at um, CVS. All right. So basically, I'm trying to use the Go to Cash, and they send me a hotel to where I could use it at. But the hotel, I'm thinking I'm straight. I'm like, okay, I gave them my Go to Cash. I booked my room. I'm good. And I'm on the phone with this guy. I'm waiting 2 hours on the phone to get a refund to go to another hotel. I'm asking him this is why I was so upset on that live stream. I'm asking him every question I could possibly ask, thinking that all the loopholes are taken care of, thinking I'm doing my due diligence. But I forgot, I was so stressed, I forgot to ask about that deposit. So I can't blame them for that. It was so much going on that I forgot to cross all my T's and dot my I's. So that was my fault. I put myself in that position. I take full responsibility for that. Even though these people are janky and they out to get us, we have to cross our T's and dot our I's, because if the opportunity comes where they could pull one over our head, they will, because they're not playing fair. And they want to see people who look, they want to see certain people, and targets included, and certain people who look a certain way and they are targeted. They want to see us in a bad situation, and they're not going to stop or stop an opportunity to make that happen. So people could tell who you are by your voice. They could tell who you are, by certain things, or they judge you by the whole target thing, or racial or whatever. But long story short, basically, I'm on the phone with this dude. I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, I have no more money. I'm like, this is it. I'm like, I'm booking this room. I don't even have money to Uber a ride there. So I'm like, this is it. I'm like, I need a hotel that the Agoda Cash is accepted at. So he sends me to the hotel, this hotel I go to. I get in there. I'm like, yo, I got this. Here's my ID. I'm like, let me upstairs. They're like, okay, $150 deposit. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? But it was all designed. My job knew I was homeless and I didn't have no place to go. That job knew that. And people talk. You think you tell your manager something, the manager's going to keep it to themselves? No. They're going to tell the supervisor, and the supervisor's going to spread it to everybody else. Or, they could have been watching my channel or whatever. But I was working at the time, and I had a job. So if they were watching my channel, that even means they're more evil, because they seen what I went through, saw that I changed it, and wanted me to be back in the same position. So if they were watching my channel previously and are doing it based off of some information that or something that I said, that means that they were really out to get me. So basically, these jobs, they are aware of some of your living situations, why some of you have had to tell them, because you needed certain days off, or you needed certain help, or you needed to take care of certain things, so certain information had to be divulged just so you can keep your job and you wouldn't look crazy for the amount of time you may be calling off or taking to go do certain things. And then, man, like they know your situation, and they know what could potentially happen to you, and to want to see somebody in a bad situation, you work with them. All you're trying to do is work. All you're trying to do is do your job. And then when you have people doing you wrong, you try to speak up about it, and then they want to cancel you for that. So they're going to do wrong to you, and then God forbid You have a platform to speak up for yourself about the wrongs that are being done to you, and now they're not even going to want to see you at the job. And they already don't want to see you at the job, but now they're going to use that as a, they're going to use how you interpret what they do to you and how you rationalize it as a way to get you out of there. So it's like they just don't want you there. That's why you have to go into entrepreneurship. You have to take the time to read books. You have to take the time to educate yourself. You have to take your time to make some hot ass beats. Shout out to 4CF Beats. Believe in yourself, baby. Other people getting 1 million views off music. Why can't we? Other people, feeding themselves off of their creative abilities, not struggling. Why can't we? And we can. We can make whatever we want happen for ourselves. We're rich. We're successful. I am rich. I don't know about anybody else. I am rich. According to your words and according to what you believe, so be it unto you. You ain't rich. You don't look rich. Yeah. Those are the soothsayers. Those are the Sadducees. Those are the false prophets. You say God wants to give you $1 million. They want to call that person a false prophet. God wants to give you $1 million. They want to call the person that says God wants to give you $1 million the false prophet, but not the person with the lack of faith that says God ain't gonna give you shit. They don't want to call that person the false prophet. You got people hating on you because they can see that your thinking is different and things are working out for you. You're on a different vibration. You're literally on a different frequency. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll take that into consideration. Thank you for the positive feedback. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm not sure. I know it'll happen. I got to that hotel or whatever. They told me that my I needed a deposit, and I'm sitting outside the hotel, and yeah, I never yeah, but see, yeah, after that, let's see, I'm gonna get to something with that. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm definitely going somewhere with this. I it was so upsetting, and I was so mad, right? I was so mad, because I was out there just losing it because I was so upset. I thought everything was together. I scrounged up enough money. I'm getting help from people. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I just had some people bless me and help me, and everything that they blessed me with and how they helped me to be able to get here and to do this. I'm like, it didn't even go how it was supposed to go. And I'm so upset because I'm thinking that I'm a bad person because I'm like, yo, people just took their hard-earned money to do something good, and I'm like, I know I tried my best to make this work out, but I couldn't even make anything of the help that they gave me. So I was like, I'm beating myself up. I'm thinking I ain't crap, I'm thinking I'm dumb and all this stuff. So you're right, I do need to have more positive self-talk. But it's like I'm thinking all these due to old conditioning and old programming. I'm putting all these bad things out there about myself, and I'm thinking that I can't do anything, and all these unnecessary things. Just going so hard on myself, right? Totally unnecessary. And I had some time to myself. I didn't like it, but at that point, I didn't know what was going to happen. I was sitting out front of this hotel. I'm trying to get in the hotel. I'm like, yo, I'm getting in this hotel. I went live, tried to raise some funds and some donations. I wasn't able to raise any funds or any donations, and I was just so beat because it's like, man, I'm like, yo, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm out here. I'm like, I'm not from here. I'm like starting to think bad about myself and all the things that I've done, and I'm starting to look at myself like I've wasted time and I haven't been doing anything right, or I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to. And I'm like, and I am. It's like I've been working, I've been taking care of myself, I've been paying rent, and it's like I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, let me not be so hard on myself. But people are so jealous and they hate on us so much, and it's like they don't even want to see us take satisfaction that everybody gets in taking care of themselves, working hard. It's not like you're trying to. They act like we're getting over on people. They act like we're printing money out of our back pocket. They jealous of us like we not coming to work every day and hustling hard, like, and working hard and busting a sweat like everybody else. They really acting like that. But anyway, I had my stuff all outside of the hotel. Like, I put it in a nice place. It was underneath this little bridge they had or whatever. So I'm chilling, and not like a bridge where people driving. It's just like an overhang, I guess, for like when it rains. So if people get dropped off, they can get dropped off and stay dry and not be wet. So they had like the little area for where people could get dropped off at. So I have all my stuff in the corner of the parking lot, and I'm in the back, and I'm over there, doing the live stream, and I'm over there trying to make calls and see if I can get help. And I see these two Japanese guys. And everybody that's not black, right, is supposed to be good. Because this is the conditioning that they want us to have. Everybody that's not black is supposed to be good. They're supposed to be not bad, not doing anything wrong, not up to no good, or not do anything criminal activities like no criminal activity. These dudes was trying to steal my shit. These two grown ass Japanese men. This Japanese man and his son was about to. You're a grown. I mean, this man was about 50. You got your 20-year-old, whatever year old son. He was an adult, grown. You taking him to go steal somebody's stuff from somebody that's already looking like they're not doing so hot in this particular moment. Oh man, I almost reached into my bag and grabbed some things out my bag, and we almost had a moment, me and those gentlemen. I was about to Carmelo Anthony somebody. I was about to Carmelo Anthony somebody. And like, yo, I'm like, you want to know what they said? We lost a bag. They said we lost a bag. I got all my shit piled up nice and neat. My stuff doesn't look bad because I take care of my things. So even though I may be in this situation temporarily, I keep my things looking nice. I keep my things looking nice. That's one thing I could say I picked up from, my parents, my dad and stuff like that. I keep my things looking good. So even though I'm in this situation, I got some nice things on me. I catch these two dudes about to walk. This man was this close in hand's reach to my things. I say, yo, what's going on, dude? I'm like, can I help y'all? Oh, we lost a bag, and they told we lost a bag, and the people inside told us we could walk around and come over here and look for our things. I was so mad for a second that didn't even register. I said, bro, get the hell away from my stuff. I said, you didn't lose it over here. I said, you didn't lose it over here. I said, this is my stuff. I said, get the hell away from my stuff. I said, these aren't your things. I said, get the hell away from my. I said, get the hell away from my things. Oh, that what I said, bro. I said, and then it registered. I'm like, they didn't tell you that. I said, they didn't tell you that. I said, bro. I said, they didn't tell you that. I said, I know you lying. I said, I'm not like, and I'm giving y'all the PG-13 version. I said, bro. I said, yeah. I said, y'all need to get the hell away from my stuff. And I said, y'all want to call black people thieves. And I said, y'all want to say that we steal. I said, the real thieves are y'all. They driving off looking at me like this. Okay. His son was like, okay. We're sorry. We weren't gonna. We didn't take anything. Sorry, we didn't take anything. I said, man, get away from my stuff, man. I said, what's wrong with y'all? I said, y'all are the real thieves. I said, y'all steal. I said, y'all steal more than anybody. I said, y'all steal. I looked at him, I wagged my finger at him just like this. Y'all should have seen me when I got right in both of their faces. Y'all should have seen that. I said, y'all steal. I said, y'all want to paint a picture and have us thinking it's something bad about us and making us feel, you know how many stores I walked into ready to buy something and sometimes I don't get anything and I walk out and I feel bad because I think that they're thinking that I was going to steal or that I was trying to steal. So like they got us feeling bad and think bad about us when they're the real thieves. They steal more than anybody else. And they want to shoot us over picking up and putting back some water. The young man didn't even take the water. He picked it up and didn't buy anything and put it back and the man shot him. People that don't like us, people that don't support us, people that don't want us in their stores, you got to stop shopping with them. You got to stop buying. But let me get back to my point. All this is going on while I'm upset and I'm trying to figure out how to get in this room. And I'm like, if I didn't have my money invested in this hotel and if I wasn't trying to get into this room, that would have ended totally differently. And lucky I didn't catch them going in my bag. If I caught them looking through my things, it would have been no words. It had just been all just physical. Let's get physical. Let's get physical. It would have been no words if I caught them going through my stuff. If they, like the way he was bent over, I had to drop on him because I was coming around the corner anyway. Somebody was liable to get kicked. Somebody was going to bam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever just and all the things that I've been going through. I'm just thinking of all the things that like I could have to be mad about, and I'm like, they got a major pass because there's certain people that are just so mad about something, and like it's like the situation where it's like a person's like, leave me alone. It's like one of those situations where you see the person, leave me alone, leave me alone. I told you to leave me alone, and then the person ends up beating the dog spit out of the person who bothering them. But anyway. I'm like, couldn't believe everything that was happening. I'm like, man. At that point, I was just like, I gotta get inside somewhere, and I was just so upset, and then it just wasn't working out. It was to the point where I just was like, you know what? I was so upset because I felt that I was just let down because I felt like I not that I let you guys down, but I just felt that I let you guys down because you had helped me and I wasn't in a better situation than before when you guys had helped me. And I'm like, they just helped me and I'm still outside. I'm like, this shit looks crazy, man. I'm like, this shit looks crazy. I'm like, they helped me. They sent me the money for Uber. I'm like, I got my Uber. I got the money for the room. I'm like, the only thing that screwed me over was that deposit. I was on the phone with them people for hours. So it was just so much that had went on that day. I was, and within the past few days, I was just so, like, the reason why I had got there and the reason why I was in the situation in the first place, we go through a lot. So it's like you have to not let yourself get frustrated. And this is why faith is so important. We get upset over things that we either have control over, or even if we don't have control over, right? Try not to get upset about it because it's really not going to do anything. Faith over fear, exactly. You have to not get upset because you have to realize, right? Imagine, like, you know how some of us have people that can help us, right? Or say you have a relative that will help you. You get in a jam, you could call this person. Well, you know what? I would be screwed, but you know what? Thank God I have my aunt. Thank God I have my parent. Thank God I have my brother. Thank God I have my friend. I could call them. I could depend on them, and they could help me. That's the same way you have to feel about God. That's the same way you have to feel about God. Just like you can call somebody that could help you in a jam, or you know somebody that would have your back and come fight with you, or you know someone that would help you in a time of need where you need a few dollars. Is as close as you feel they are to you and how you have them in your, like, how they could help you. Like, you know what, I can call on this person. I got this person. They will help me. That's how you have to feel about God, because it's no point in stressing yourself out. It's no point in getting worried. It may happen initially, but all you have to do is remember. If you're upset, if you're stressed out, if you're worried, you forgot who you are and you forgot who your Father is. You are a divinely blessed being. God is your Father, right? You need to treat your relationship with him like he's right here talking to you, like I'm talking to you. That's how you will always end up all right, because when you think like that, that's called automatic faith. Your faith is running on autopilot, excuse me. You want your faith to run on autopilot. You want your faith to just be going. And if you're ever stressed or worried or thinking negatively, it's because you forgot. You just got to chill out and remember. When you calm down, everything's always all right, right? That's because you remember. You can stop yourself from even getting there by remembering beforehand. You know what? Yo, God is good. The situation looks crazy. These people are talking to me crazy. It doesn't look like anything good's gonna come from this. Let me just chill. Let me just be still and wait on the Lord. You know, I sat out there out front of that hotel. I purged some things because I had a lot of stuff. I got rid of some clothes. I got rid of some things that were weighing my bags down. And then once I tightened my things up, you know, I consolidated a lot of things. I condensed a lot of things. I just sat there and I was so stressed, and I couldn't even accept help if somebody helped me at the moment. But luckily I was sitting out there, and this is why you have to entertain strangers. And this is why you have to be polite to people. This is why you have to work on you and how you respond to life. Because I was outside, I was upset. I could have talked to anybody who walked up to me very rudely or disrespectful. I'm going through this situation. Don't you see me sitting out here with all my stuff? Get the hell out my face. F you. What you walking up on me for? Get the F out my face. F you. Leave me alone. I'm going through something. Leave me alone. Don't you see me struggling right now? This person walked up to me, and I didn't give that attitude. I had a better attitude. I had let go of all that, and it was to the point to where I was just like, you know what, something good is gonna come from this. I didn't let myself become defeated, right? Chinese people, they have a saying that, and they instill this in their children very early on, so that way they go throughout their entire life with this attitude. And that the attitude that they instill in them is that defeat is the mother of success, right? Defeat is the mother of success. So if you go through life with that attitude that defeat is the mother of success, that's like being defeated, the worst L you could ever take. If you don't give up, what you take from that L, what you take from that experience will give, if you let it, will allow you to your life and your mind and your works by not giving up to give birth to success. So I was sitting out there, and I'm just sitting, and I'm like, I know God's not going to just leave me. I'm like, God has helped me every other way possible. This is why it's good to study success stories. This is why it's good to read stories about the characters in the Bible and see how God helped them. All right. I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, I know God's going to come through. I know this isn't it. I'm like, I know something good is going to come from this. A person walked out, right? And they were just talking to me, and I don't know what happened, but I prayed and I said some things, and I was just sitting out there with my Bible. I didn't even have it open. I didn't even I didn't even open it or read it. I was so tired. I just had it out there for protection, you know. But just because you have a Bible out and you outside doesn't mean you may not have to put that Bible up against somebody's head. All right, the Bible itself, and just because you have it sitting next to you, don't be one of those people. Hold a Bible up to somebody. I'm safe. God can't. I'm not saying God can't. But what I'm saying is, don't put him in the position to have to do that. All right. Could God make could make a piece of paper stop a bullet if he wanted to? All right, but you just don't want, to put him in that type of situation to have to. All right, or you don't want to, put yourself in the situation to, believe in an unnecessary miracle that could happen. But y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm sitting out there, and I had come to a certain conclusion. This is why it's good to be still. I was just sitting out there, and I was just thinking. And sometimes you think you may want to jump on something, or sometimes you think you may need to be somewhere else or doing something else, or you may think that what's happening to you shouldn't be happening. Everything is perfect. The things that aren't supposed to be happening to you, everything is perfect. Things are waking you up. Things are bringing you to a higher state of consciousness, a higher level of awareness. Everything is perfect. Everything is, y'all know I couldn't resist. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is sword. All right, I'm getting my movie. It was an amazing time. You had to be there. All right. Clothes was a little eccentric, with them weird leather hats and everything. Everybody was wearing leather, and all long clothes started getting long again, and people had little metal embroideries and stuff on clothes. Weird, I didn't wear none of that stuff, and I wouldn't have if you let me. But anyway, so I was sitting out there, and then sometimes you just gotta be still. Like, it was literally one of those moments where it was a magic conch moment. It was a magic conch moment. If you don't know what magic conch is, watch that episode or a clip from the episode with SpongeBob when him and Patrick are just sitting there and they're waiting on the magic conch. Do you know what the magic conch stood for? The conch shell was a representation of your magic consciousness. It wasn't no damn conch shell. It's a consciousness. That's why when you put that shell to your ear, it does what it does to you. You hear the ocean, it relaxes you, calms you down, things of that nature. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep on y'all. But the magic conch was a representation of your magic consciousness. Your mind is attached to source. There are certain times where all you're required to do is just to sit there and do nothing. You think you may need to do this, you think you may need to do that. Sometimes all it requires is for you to sit there and do Nothing. I was upset. I put it in God's hands. I sat there. I calmed down. I got back right with God. I put my faith back into works, and I sat there and I said, God's gonna make a way for me. I know something's gonna happen for me. A person walked up to me and they paid for me to stay 3 nights at the Best Western. A woman, a white woman, I might add you. So it's not all white people aren't bad. All black people ain't good. There's all nothing in everything, right? So you don't judge people off of color, and that's not something that we do naturally as people. That's just something that has been ingrained in us by society and by, unfortunately, racists. Racists are who they are. The racist white people who push that agenda, they put that out in the world, and they're the ones screwing things up, got people acting and thinking like that. The racists of the world. So if I was to think that everybody was like that, or if I was to just be rude or disrespectful because I was going through something, so this is not good to judge people, and it's not good to treat people based off of how you feel or give people an attitude when they don't deserve it. It's good to treat no matter what you're going through. That's why it's always good to treat people with some type of common decency. Hey, yo, everybody sub to Faith Over Fear. Yo, we gonna get you some more subs, bro. We don't worry about that. We gonna get you some more subs. Don't even trip. This channel is for the people, man. We gonna get you some more subs. Post some of your content on my channel so I can repost it. Yeah, we could work together too, and build our channels together like other YouTubers do. Because I see other YouTubers doing that too. However, they do that where other people come on your platform and you all work together and all that, and we could run all that. But yeah, I was sitting out there, and a woman walked up to me, and she offered to help me out. She paid 3 nights for me to stay, and it was a great experience. They didn't give me no room service, you know. And even she saw it. She was like, she was like, those people at the hotel. She was like, that was crazy what they were putting you through. She was like, I just wanted to help you because I saw how messed up that was, and she was like, that was wrong. And she was like, I just wanted to let you know that not everybody's like that. And I was like, I thought it was an angel or something. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I'm literally sitting out front of the hotel with all my stuff, and somebody walks up to me and was like, yo, I'll get you. She tried to get me a room there, but the racist Japanese people wasn't gonna let me stay there already. Sometimes you just gotta realize when people don't want you there. And sometimes when people don't want you, don't feel unwanted, because God's always gonna want you. You are the stone that the builder refused. Just like off Boondocks, you're the stone that the builder refused. You are. The floodgates of blessings are about to start pouring into our lives. All right, God sees us. He sees what we're going through. Good things are going to happen to us. All right, you have to speak positively about your life and your situation. You can't get so caught up into what's happening to you that you allow yourself to get overwhelmed by it, to where now you're becoming negative, just like the situation's negative. And it's easy to say that. And the reason why it's easier to say that than to do that is because most people don't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it until I just learned the other day. That I was stressing myself out too much over this stuff. So when I just chilled out, I didn't even open my Bible. But I just the presence of it, put my mind on a higher frequency and allowed me to tap into a godlike state, to where I could just relax and know that everything is going to be all right. If you're going through something and you hear a voice tell you everything is going to be all right, that's God talking to you. When you're going through something and you hear those, everything's going to work out, everything's going to be okay, that's God talking to you. All right, so everything is going to work out and everything is going to be okay. Who cares if they don't want you to have that bullshit job? You're going to be okay. God's going to provide for you. He's going to make a way for you. You have to speak that way, think that way, and believe that way. You can't base your faith off of appearances. It's hard. It's difficult. It's hard. How you gonna tell me I got this bill right here? How you gonna tell me not to base my faith off of appearances? You may not be able to pay it on time, but trust me, it'll get paid. You may something may happen, but guess what? You'll end up all right as a result of it. You won't die. You won't die. You'll get your things together. Things you'll get what you need. It may not be at the exact moment when you want it or when you feel you need it, but God's not going to let you go without what you need. He's not. Everything that you need, you're going to have it. Trust and believe that. Let's work together, man, because I see what time it is now. Now's the time to come together for real and work together for real and build something for real that means something and that we can use and do something with. Because I see other channels and I see how they're operating, and there's no reason why I can't, operate like that with my channel, and we can't operate like that on this channel. Yeah, everybody go over to Faith Over Fear's channel and hit that subscribe button. Everybody subscribe to Faith Over Fear. With a name like that, you should already know they got some powerful content. Shout out to Vanessa Bell. Shout out to Electric Shay. Shout out to Michigan Made in the building. Shout out to 4CF Beats in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to everybody supporting my channel. Yeah, and gang stalking simulation by the TI. He be speaking facts. Reach out to these people I'm mentioning and get your story out there. Now I will. Oh yeah. Yo, mention the people again so I can write that down. So that way I don't have to go back in the live and watch it and try to find the comment. Do me a favor and write that, retype that again for me so I can write that down. Hey, appreciate it, fam. Gang stalking with AJ. That's your channel, or that's the channel to where I could get my story out? Because I'm gonna write down both. So the gang stalking with AJ, that's the one you want me to reach out to? Gang stalking with AJ and gang stalking simulation. Okay, cool. Yeah, I should be reaching out to other people going through this. I didn't know at first. Now that I know how things work a little bit more, I'm not as paranoid. I'm a little not paranoid, but suspicious, or what's the word? Cautious. Because it may seem like paranoia, but I'm cautious because once you do something or once you make a mistake, you can't. There's certain things you could do and certain things, quote unquote mistakes you could make that you can't come back from. So, shoot, it may seem paranoid. Not saying you all, but it may seem paranoid to some. But shoot, when it comes to certain chances, you only get one. Shoot, may seem paranoid to some, but when it comes to certain chances, you only get one. Just like that, I love my mama. You only get one, you only get one. Some certain chances, you only get one, you only get one. So put a hat on it. All right, war on narcissism. Yeah, now I'm gonna check those channels out for sure. I'm gonna email them and I'm gonna reach out to them, and yeah, we're gonna take it from there. And if you want to interview me on your channel, that's cool. And if I learn how to do interviews on my channel, I'll do that too. Yo, do it, man. Don't be afraid. Do it, bro. Don't be afraid. Do it. If you see me doing it, that means that's confirmation that you can do it. When you see somebody doing something, that's confirmation right there. You can do it too. Now, why was that doing that? Maybe I used the wrong one. That shouldn't be like that. That should be playing. Why's that not playing? Why is that? That's really weird. Nah, that wouldn't be it. Alright, why is that doing that? But that's doing that. That's really weird. I won't love. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Save it. What's this joint called? And we're gonna open this joint. Wow, hopefully that'll play now, because that's just weird. I won't love. Bro, what in the fudge? Why are none of these playing? Alright, I know what to do with this. Start over. Wasn't nothing popping with that anyway. Start over. There we go. When the devil tries to give you lemons, take them lemons and do what you need to do anyway. Okay, cool. Yeah, I look forward to it. Yeah, no, I look forward to it, man. It's gonna be a lot more coming on my channel. I'm not giving up. Um, I'm still gonna keep dropping videos. I'm still gonna keep motivating the people. I'm still gonna keep spreading positive messages, and that's that. And y'all should too, because there's people out there that could benefit off of what you know. We all have something, and whatever we have to use it to uplift other people and to help other people. God didn't put us here for no reason. God put each and every one of us here for a reason. We all have gifts that we need to utilize for the benefit of each other. Hey, you already know. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Hey, thank you. Yeah, nah, I appreciate that. Yeah, yep. Shoot, yeah, got to, man. Got to, I'm gonna make something happen because I mean, shoot, that's the only thing to do. I have a lot of things that are in place, and what you did is gonna help me be able to maintain and keep those things in place, plus a little extra. So nah, I I got a lot of things I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking about everything that I'm about to do. I'm about to take care of some things, make sure things are right and things are good, and it takes a lot of pressure off me, man. So thank you. Like, you helped me out a lot, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, about to make some power moves. Pray on it, see what God wants me to do, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go do that thing. ask him how he want me to use it, show me how I could use it to his greatest benefit, and that way everything will work out just fine. Can't lose, can't lose that way. You incorporate God and everything, you can't lose. Oh man, that's not it. It was 54. Okay. The song ain't bad. And over, it's all content, bro. And over anything, trust God and don't question him. Just follow the path, big dog. Yeah, shoot. Right. Couldn't have said it better myself. But yeah, the other day after going through all that stress, I just realized I'm like, yo, God, I'm like, God didn't make it so it had to be like this. I'm like, it's got to be. I'm like, what am I doing to aid in this? So once I was able to sit and just relax and chill and think things through, that let me know right there. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm like, I'm on the right path, but I'm like, I just gotta chill out. I gotta calm down. I gotta relax so that I can even hear God and see how He's trying to operate in my life. Like it a lot. Like I used to think that because of all the things that I wanted to do, I needed all this time to myself, and that I shut a lot of people out because it's like you're not successful. What can I get from you? You look like you're doing worse than me. I can't get anything from you. Get away from me. Sometimes it's not for us. Sometimes it's for other people. Sometimes you may think, what is this person around me for? I can't benefit anything from them. Sometimes you're not supposed to benefit anything from them. Sometimes they're supposed to benefit something from you, and you benefit from being able to be there for somebody and helping them. But if you don't slow down, and if you don't get over yourself and stop being so full of yourself, and you don't chill out yourself, then you won't realize that the journey is very important. I used to think, I'm like, the journey. I'm like, what the hell? Tell me enjoy the journey. I'm like, the journey sucks. I'm like, I don't have any things I want to have. I'm not able to do any of the things I want to do. I'm not saying I'm not able. I rebuke that. I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm like, what are you talking about? Enjoy the journey. I'm like, enjoy the journey. I'm like, I'm trying to get somewhere. How am I going to enjoy how am I going to enjoy the process of getting there where I'm going instead of where I'm trying to get? But you really are supposed to enjoy the journey, the people that you meet, people that you're supposed to stop and talk to and help or learn something from, gain a new insight. And you might even see how you can help people. You might even learn, what does this person have to give me? Maybe you're supposed to give them something, and now that's going to show you how you can help somebody. Just because somebody can't help you doesn't mean they're not worthy of your conversation, or they're not worthy of your acknowledgement, or worthy of you to speak to them or talk to them. They may need you. That might be a situation where you're supposed to do something for somebody and help them and see what they need. And I did that the other day. It wasn't anything major, but I was able to give my time. I was able to just sit and listen to a person, and it felt good, because usually it's like, oh man, like they put you in a position to where it's like you don't even want to be around people because you can't trust anybody and you don't know how people are. But it feels good to interact with people and to just have a few moments, just a little conversation. It's just conversation. It's just normal stuff that you might take for granted because the person can't do anything for you, or they don't look how you want them to look, or they don't look like you're not attracted to them, or whatever the reason is. They may look like they're not doing better than you or something. Whatever it is, I'm better than you. What do I have to gain from this? Like, that's the wrong attitude to have. That's not the attitude to have. And I mean, should you just waste your time? No. Should you just be talking to anybody because energy transfers are real? No. But the Bible does say entertain strangers, and to a certain point, with using your discernment, are you supposed to entertain somebody behind a trash can 1 o'clock in the morning? I wouldn't. Definitely don't do that. But are there opportunities and moments where you're supposed to give a little of yourself? Give a little bit. You're supposed to give a little bit of yourself and spread some love to people. Yeah. And once you figure out your way to do that, you could potentially even turn that into something greater. That might be a gift that you're being made aware of that you have. You might, some that this person might be there to not give you anything but the ability to discover your gift. Maybe they're there to make you aware of something. However, you help them may actually help you more than you help them. But you have to be able to see it. Can't be moving too fast. I gotta get it on the downbeat. I think it's called. Yo, never let somebody play God in your life. Never. People are trying to play God in people's lives. You can't let people play God in your life, but you also can't put people in a God-like position in your life. And some of us aren't aware that we're doing that because of previous manipulative people. Sometimes people want to have more power over you than they should, so they set you up in a certain way to where you don't take any authority over yourself, over your own life. You're looking for a validation. You're seeking confirmation. You're waiting for somebody else to say yes or tell you something is good enough or tell you something is all right or tell you something is, yeah, go use that. You don't need that. People want to set you up like that because they want you to need them and depend on them so that way they could tell you that no, it's not good enough so that way you never make it. And some people want you to go throughout your whole life like that, being dependent on others and their opinion so that way you won't believe in yourself. And if you do that, you'll be making other people God in your life. And some people know this and they take advantage of you. Or some people will manipulate themselves into becoming God in your life. Some people will make you doubt yourself. Some people will tell you certain things over and over again to where now they crumble and deplete the foundation that you once stood on. And they see that now you don't have any ground to stand on. And now they create that ground for you to stand on, but it's a ground that's got a lot of eggshells on it. They want you to be anxious. They want you to walk on eggshells. They want you to want you to be what they want you to be because it benefits them. No, you want to be what you want to be because it benefits you. Oh, I think I know what I gotta do. Okay. Hmm. Mm, something like that. I'm trying to sample it, and I have to find a part where the beat starts because it's starting on this clap. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Nah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Hmm. It's just usually it's a lot of a lot of instrumentals start with a lot of instrumentals start with the kick, so it's easier. So it's like I'm trying to wrap my mind around. I may have to go to I may have to get creative on this thing and step into my Dexter's laboratory and come back to it. But yeah, I may have to get scientific. May have to catch me a groove. I may have to catch a groove before I come on here and try to get my groove on. But y'all hear how it starts? It's like that's supposed to be a few beats down or a few numbers down. Instead of it starts on that. Usually it's like a kick. It's like a or it's like a kick. But this one is a clap. So I'm like, how the hell? So I think the only way for me to do this, damn. Okay, okay. So I don't have to make a new channel. Just make them just change some things on the one that I have already. Oh, maybe I can do it like that. But is it gonna be off? I have to see. Yeah, see, that don't even sound right. Like, that's bullshit. Yeah, see, that's BS. Here's the thing. A lot of it's just different because I'm a guy. Like you wouldn't if you're not a since you're not a guy, it's different. I'm a guy, so there's less steps. You know, same things get done, but it's just there's less steps. But I mean, as long as I'm never outside, so you know, I have ways. You know, by the grace of God, I don't be outside for long. Just between the time I have to get somewhere to where I have to get somewhere. Nah, it's understandable. Nah, I just shoot. I just make sure I always, you know, stay clean because I like smelling good. I'll never be funky. I'm too handsome for that. You know, a girl might walk up to me and tell me I could sleep in her crib for a week. You know, it may be a lady that might tell me I can sleep in her basement. You know, or maybe her bed. You know, hey, I gotta stay smelling good. You know, shit, I look too good. Shit, I gotta stay clean. Ooh, nah, maybe. Ah, shit. Come on, man.
Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live that. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live that. I want love.
Almost.
Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live that. I want love. I want gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live there. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live there. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live there. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live there. I want love.
Yo, she just straight up asked. She said, "How do you take care of your hygiene?" Cause I want to wash my ass. That's how my ass gets washed because I have the desire to wash it. You gotta want to do that every day. You have to want to do that. If you have a desire to do it, it'll get whatever you have a desire to do, it'll get done. Treat your goals and dreams like you want to wash your ass every day. Just like you get up and wash your ass every day, get up and take care of your dreams every day. Yo, mandated. Mandated. I mean, Jesus. I would go to. I'd buy some soap from the dollar store, and man, I'll be in the. You find me in the springs. Is that a bear? No, that's Drutube out there in the woods washing his ass. I know that's right. Homeless don't mean funky. But Electric Shay is cool. She ain't mean no harm by it. That's just Electric Shay, y'all. She good. She good people. She just trying to figure. She's just trying to make sense of it. She probably somewhere nice and comfortable right now, doing Electric Shay things. Yeah, I do need some more mods. Vanessa, she would be a good mod. I feel. I have a mod already. Shout out to Eva Watson. I think Vanessa would make a good mod too. Hmm. Oh, duh.
Gotta have
Yeah,
a whole
sometimes it
lot
ain't
of
that
love
simple.
for you to live down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never gotta right now.
That
I
ain't it.
want love.
That is not it.
Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never gotta right now. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never gotta right. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never gotta right. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never gotta right now. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never gotta right now. I want love.
Alright. This is getting on my nerves. Oh yeah, nah, definitely workplace harassment. Yeah, that's why I don't have the job I have right now. Yeah, I dealt with workplace harassment, and it's yo, the amount of games that people like playing at work. I, I mean, I have to accept it, but that's why I take certain positions because I like that's why I got into security because like I like working by myself because I know if I'm by myself, I'm not gonna have nobody playing no games for the most part, and I'll be able to keep my job. I never knew there were so many adults that don't want to see another adult be able to feed themselves, clothe themselves, get haircuts. You know, I never knew that. I never knew that was a thing. I never knew that was a thing. We don't. I never knew there were people who did not want to see you be able to take care of yourself and feed yourself. But I should have known. I always heard stories about how my dad had to fight for his job and stuff like that. But shoot, he. I mean, I don't. I think what I'm going through might be different. Everybody has different experiences.
I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. I want, I want love. Gotta have a lot of love. Gotta have a whole lot. I want love. Gotta have a lot of love.
Ah,
I want love. Gotta, gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never go. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never go. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never go right now. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to live it down. Gotta have a whole lot of love for you to never go right now. Gotta
all
have
right.
a whole lot
Hey,
of
it's been
love
real,
for
y'all.
you to live it
I gotta go Y'all can see me. Y'all can see what I'm going through. I'm trying to do it for y'all. I'm gonna come back live a little later. I just wanna. I need a break. I gotta figure this thing out, and I'm a. This is one of those things. I'm gonna get it. All right, yeah. I'll holler at y'all in a little bit. I'll be back.